Hi students, welcome back to Chandu Digital Class. In this video, we are dealing with a poem Reading B, The River from 4th unit in 9th class. This poem was written by Caroline N. Bowles. The River is a poem describing the beauty of a river in all its glory. Caroline N. Bowles says that the river is a dynamic and a vital symbol of nature. The poem has a philosophical undertones also. The flow of the river shows the journey of life to eternity. The different stages of life are brought in through imagery used in the poem. Now let's move on about the author. Caroline N. Bowles was born in 1786 and died 1854. Caroline was married to Robert Southey, who was the poet laureate of Britain. Laureate means honorable. So honorable. He was a honorable poet of Britain. She wrote various other works. Various means many. She wrote many other works including Chapter on Churchyard and Tales of Factories. Now let's move on the first stanza. River, river, little river, bright you sparkle on your way, o'er the yellow pebbles dancing, through the flowers and foliage glancing like a child at play. Here, river, river, little river, bright you sparkle on your way. Students, here is a question. Where is the river born? Answer is, the river is born in the mountains. The poet says that, oh, little river, you flow sparkling brightly. Look at the word sparkle. Sparkle means reflect or shine. So, the river flows shining brightly. Over the yellow pebbles dancing. Students, look at the word o'er. O'er means it is the short form of over. Through the flowers and foliage glancing like a child at play. The river goes dancing over the yellow pebbles. Pebbles means small stones. You glance through the flowers and leaves of the trees. Here, glancing means taking a brief look. And foliage. Foliage means leaves of trees. So, the river glancing through the flowers and leaves of trees, dancing all the while like a child at play. Students, is the river like a child and why? Answer is yes, the river is like a child. It dances and plays hide and seek behind flowers and leaves of trees. Now let's move on the second stanza. River, river, swelling river, on you rush through rough and smooth, louder, faster, brawling, leaping, over rocks by rose banks sweeping, like an impetuous youth. In this stanza, river, river, swelling river. Here, look at the word swelling. Swelling means increasing or expanding in size. The poet says, oh, you increasing river. Why does the poet call it swelling river? Answer is, the river is said to be swelling river because it grows up in its course. On you rush through rough and smooth. You rush through rough places and smooth places. Louder, faster, brawling, leaping. Brawling means struggling. Leaping means jumping. You are struggling and jumping. And over rocks by rose banks sweeping like an impetuous youth. The river goes over rough rocks and banks where roses grow. Impetuous means rash or acting quickly without thinking. Now you are like a reckless youth. Here, what does the phrase impetuous indicate? It indicates that the river flows with a violent force Now let's move on the third stanza. River, river, brimming river, broad and deep, and still as time, seeming still yet still in motion, tending onwards to the ocean, just like a mortal prime. In this stanza, river, river, brimming river. Here, brimming means full, full of. The poet says, "Oh, river, which is full, now you are broad and deep, and still as time, and motionless as time, seeming still, appearance still, yet still in motion." Here, seeming still, yet still in motion. What does the word still means in either case? The first still means motionless. The second still means even up to the moment. The broad deep river seems to be motionless, but it is actually moving, tending onwards to the ocean. Look at the word tending means. Tending means going in a particular way. You are moving towards to the ocean, just like a mortal prime. Now you are like a young man. Here, what happens to the river when it approaches to the ocean? Answer is, it seems wider and seems ever slower when it approaches the ocean. Now let's move on the last stanza. River, river, headlong river, down you dash into the sea. See that line hath never sounded. See that sail hath never rounded, like eternity. In the stanza, river, river, headlong river, down you dash into the sea. Here, headlong means with the head first and the rest of the body following. Here, the poet says that, "Oh, river, you move quickly down into the sea. See that line hath never sounded." Look at the word hath. Hath means has. That sea's depth has never been measured by a weighted line. See that sail hath never rounded, like eternity. No one has gone by ship completely round the sea, which can be compared to eternity. How does the sea remind you of eternity? Answer is, the sea cannot be measured, so it reminds you of eternity. And the river is like the transient human life. The sea reminds the poet of eternity.